welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already and turn on the notification because you don't want to miss my videos. In today's episode, I will be teaching you guys on how to do your assignment, like the whole template from the cover page to the appendices, and for the undergraduate students. For the postgraduate students, I don't really know because I'm not there yet, hopefully soon. But yeah, for now, I will be showing you guys the template on how to do your assignment as an undergraduate student. I believe this template is used widely in Malaysia in all kind university, like the private university or the public university. So I think everyone can use this template, and I think it is also applicable to those foundation diplomas and also degree students. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. Here is the template that I made for the cover page, of your assignment. Since this is a template, you can put your university logo, course code, and course name. For example, like uh, audit 1 and course code AAA 12345, like that. And also the assignment title, like financial assessment ratio, financial assessment report. And next, you can type in your topic. It is also depend on your lecturer. Usually, your lecturer will provide you the cover page template that he or she wants, but this is like the general template for everyone to use when your lecturer doesn't specify what kind of cover page that she or he wants. Here, prepared by is for your team members, depends on how many person per group. But if it is an individual assessment, then you just have to make one column for your name and also your ID number. And prepared for your lecturer's name, write down the submission date, and lastly is your university name. So before we get into the actual making of the assignment, I'm going to show you an example of assignment that your lecturer might give you. So here is the example of assignment that I make for your reference. Course name, and the second row here is the course code, and this is all the things that your lecturer would want you to do in the assignment. So the first one is you have to read all this. Actually read it, because how would you do your assignment without actually reading it, right? You're not a school student anymore, you're a university student. So most of the lecturer expect you to find your ways around these things, so you doesn't have to be feed all the time by the lecturer. Yeah. So here it says that the written submission date is on 23rd May. What did I do when I received this kind of assignment? I immediately opened my reminders app or your calendar or anything, any apps that could remind you of the due dates, and write down the due dates. Like, for example, introduction to XXX report, introduction to XXX presentation. And so you put it on 23rd May and like 5 May, 5th May, I'm sorry. And the slide submission date on 4th May, like that. Next, you read all the assignment on what you need to do on it. And for the content of the report, adding here, you see all this. And since this is a group assignment, you for me, what I'll do is I will list out all the main point of the the assignment, and write it on our group WhatsApp group. and let my team members choose which part that they want to do. And you can also use like a spinning wheel generator, anything that you are comfortable with. But for me and my teammates, we always do this. We choose which one that we want to do. So after you finish making your cover page, you will move next to the table of contents. For the table of contents, what you will need to do is, for example, let's say the report wants you to do an introduction first. You click on the space underneath the table of contents and you insert page break and write 1.0 introduction, like that. And you don't need to do it in red though. Red means example in this video. So in all report, you need to do it in black color. You highlight the 1.0 introduction and go to home. Click on this and choose heading 1. Uh, Usually, I will do the heading 1 in all caps lock, like this, introduction. Next, you see there's a little triangle before the 1.0 introduction. That means what you did is right, you know. Next, you press enter and write like 1.1, the company or anything. This is just an example. You highlight it and change it to heading 2. Why, you'll see. After you make this, you can do it how many, as much as you want. And then you go back to the table of content page. You highlight the table of content, you delete it, and go to reference, table of content, and choose the automatic table 2. See, your table of content is already there. And you can adjust this however you want. For example, like you highlight it and go to home, change the font, the size like Times New Roman, 12, justify, and 1.5 spacing. That is usually what the APS style use for in their reports. I think most university in Malaysia use the APS style. So lots of the time your lecturer will ask you to make the report in Times New Roman, 12 sizing, 12, and justify this one, and the spacing is 1.5. Usually you can read your assignment direction just to double confirm it, but usually it is like that lah. After finishing the table of content, you can write whatever you want on the point, like the, you know, what you supposed to write on your report. And then let's say for example, you need to, the introduction should be on the second one, like 2.0. 1.0 was supposed to be a summary, for example. So you click on the introduction, you insert page break, and go back to the previous page. You write 1.0 summary. And then, just like before, you highlight it, home, heading 1, and then you go back to the table of content pages, update table, update entire table. Okay. See, your table of content is back to normal. So you see the spaces here. This one is an error. Sometimes it do things like this, but if you don't want this to happen, you just like remove the table of content and do it all over again. That is the easiest way, I think. I think there is another alternative, but that is what I'll do usually in this situation. So next, we will move to the references. So the references is, I think your lecturer will teach you on how to do the references, but let's say they do not, or you have no specific course that teaches you on how to do the references, you can comment down below and I will make sure to make a specific video on this. Let's say I'm just write whatever I want, okay? Okay, let's say it's like that. I'm going to unbold it, and then let's say this is your reference. You're gonna highlight it. See this little arrow at the bottom? You click on it, go to indents and spacing, special, choose hanging, choose hanging, and then go to OK. And then it will be like this. This one is the APS style for references. But then again, you have to double confirm with your lecturer. But usually if they don't tell you anything on the assignment direction, it will probably using the APS style. After references, there will be appendices. Usually you will put like photos or graphs here, usually just photos. Next is the one that I told you earlier about the dividing tasks for your team member. So this is the main points that I get from the assignment direction from the lecturer, and you will list out all the important points and send this all of this to your group chat, and then let your team member choose which one that they want to do, or you can use the spinning wheel generator just like I told you before. Yeah, you can like write your name here. Let's say for example you want to choose the pressure opportunities and rationalization. You just write your name here like Shazia. That means you're choosing that part to do in the report and also in the presentation. So next we'll move to the last thing that you need to do before you submit your report is by checking all the grammar errors or misspells like the red line, blue line, and punctuation. For example, I'm not sure if I have it here. Okay, let's say like you write down you write down let's say you write down phone, but you accidentally write out as like that. So most likely your website, no, your words will show the red line here. That means you have a grammatical error or you misspell something. So make sure you don't have that red line on all your report pages, all your before you submit. And then there is no like blue line, and also make sure your punctuation is good. Like for example, you want to write I have eaten today, and it was supposed to be the punctuation is supposed right after y, and let's say you accidentally put it space and then point. So make sure there is no like that, okay? Make sure it read after y, the point. Yeah, that is the example. And next is the formatting. You got after finishing all the report, you have to finalize it because a lot of people, like maybe some assignment need 5 people, so there a lot of hands on the report. So you can expect everyone to do the same way you do your report. You gotta s- click on Control A, and then it will highlight all your report, and then change it to Times New Roman 12, justify, and 1.5. So it will all be synchronized already. And then after you scroll all that and make sure it is all aligned with what you want or what the lecturer want, you go to your Google or Safari and type in file to PDF, and then you drag your report to the website, and then it will make it into a PDF. So then you can submit. Do not, and I repeat, do not send your report in words format. Send it in PDF format unless stated otherwise by your lecturer, okay? So I think that will be it for this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you guys can learn something from this. And if you have any question or you don't understand something in this video, you can always comment down below, and I will try my best to answer it as soon as possible. And yeah, I hope I can see you guys again on my next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.